Thanks, John. We'll find the clicker. I know I'm one of the last things between you and this beautiful day, and I love that power, so I'm going to take my sweet time. Really, I made the game time decision this morning to cut my presentation short. I'm here with two of my colleagues, David and Matt, in the back, and this event's a perfect size that we all should probably get to talk about what this could look like for your company if you worked with Movable Inc. I'm going to move out of the way so you can all see me. So I think that all of the content today has been All of the content today has been a really fantastic lead-in to what I want to talk about, which is customer experience. Movable Inc. was founded in 2010. Our founders really pioneered the concept of open-time personalization. So where are you? What's the weather? What's your nearest store location? A countdown timer to when a sale ends. Today, we like to talk about ourselves as an intelligent content platform that helps you deliver customer experiences. So that probably sounds pretty jargony. So I want to talk to you about what exactly that means. I'm a marketer. All of us in the room, we really want to deliver a powerful experience for our customers. But ultimately, as email marketers, we end up dealing with, I'm not sure if you can see all of this, all of these other things, canned spam, GDPR, list management, triggers. There's so much that goes into sending out a single campaign or building a program that your customer doesn't actually see. So for email marketers, experience is something that's really tangible. It's the content that you're delivering within your email. So straightforward, experience is really important. That's a revolutionary concept after the past couple of hours, I'm sure. This is an email from Delta Airlines that we sent on the left, which was a year in review that showed how many miles that they had traveled and their relationship with the brand. I want to just define intelligent content really quickly. We like to say that it helps you deliver better performance, makes you more productive, which ultimately leads to a better customer experience because you have the time to do that. A traditional piece of marketing content, a marketing header, might look like this. You receive something that you hope is going to work for a majority of your audience, and it's an image that's going to resonate with them. For intelligent content, that could be something completely different depending on who that you're speaking to. So on the left, you see a couple. You might show that this vacation's creating tension. We're pulling in real-time pricing to show the hotel or the property that we're trying to promote, as well as social proof, so TripAdvisor ratings. If you're speaking to a family man who wants to bring his family on the road, he travels a lot, you can pull in real-time points pricing, use social proof. Of course, it will be true. We would never lie in there that the package is selling out. And you can also actually target this to whether they have enough points to redeem for this offer. You don't want to show them something that they're not actually qualified for. In the interest of time, and obviously because we can all have conversations, I'm going to touch on 3 strategies that our clients are using to deliver intelligent content for customer experiences. Creative variations, behavioral content, and then data visualizations within email. And I'll show you an example of some of the ways that brands are doing this in action. First, creative variations. I've been at Movable Inc. for 3 years, and when I first joined the company, what we constantly heard was, it's so incredible that we can target based on all of these different variables, CRM and API data, open time context. I don't have the creative resources to actually produce something for all of these audiences. To quote Dan at British Gas, we talked about this last night, every marketing team ever feels at least 3 people short. And this is one of the things that we set out to solve last year. So using creative variations, you can automatically generate on-brand creative, not just a mail merge or an image that maps to all of the different things that you're trying to pull in using a CSV file. It makes you more productive, so you can launch more variations into the market much more quickly. You don't need to code or have a graphic designer who's creating 1,000 different header images to do one-to-one personalization, or as close as you can get. And you can use first or third-party data to do this. So one of the examples, we work with the NBA. I don't know if there's any NBA fans here, but they actually have quite a large international audience. So they wanted to do real-time optimization and testing, but they also wanted to send local language versions of this content. So they actually have 5 different versions of this NBA League pass messaging. The winning version of the test showed a 370% lift in click-through rate, and they were also able to get this in market incredibly quickly. They didn't have to get translations, have a different person create every single image, test 10 different versions of this, or in some cases, leading hotels of the world we work with, they're creating 500 or 1,000 different versions of the same creative. That's impossible if you're doing this manually. Behavioral content is another thing that is really important for Movable Ink. We launched a product called Signals last year, which allows you to pull customer behavior into your emails. You can combine that with all of the things that Movable Ink does regularly, so open time context, other data. To quote Amir, we want to look at the customer as an organic whole. So this also, you can do cross-device matching. So you're really telling the customer, I know who you are, I know what you're doing, I know there's some data concerns around that, but I want to make sure that this email is delivering something that's valid for you. It's really important because what's powerful is if you don't have on-site behavior from your customer or the person that you're speaking with, you can fall back to the traditional content. If then they go to your website and they browse some pages, they add a product to the cart, they watch a show on Drama Fever, then they went back to the email, it would actually update. So it's continually a fresh piece of content. As Della said, people do go back and look at old emails, and I think people are really wowed, and it seems that you really care about your customer when you're showing them something that's really fresh and relevant. This was an example from Dorothy Perkins, which is a UK retailer. We worked with them. They had very limited access to demographics data across their audience. So they had very inconsistent data. They wanted to do one-to-one personalization. That was a brand mandate for them, but it was incredibly difficult to do so. They used Movable Ink Signals to pull in social proof. So 25 of this item have been sold today. This item is selling out. Check out our final top picks. So that can be product recommendations, which is customizable, how much variety you want to show. It could be products that they've browsed recently, or it could be based on trending products. Again, this was all through the same snippets of code. So every single person in this room, if they'd interacted with Dorothy Perkins a little bit differently, would have a different experience within the email. And as you can see, the results were pretty tremendous from this. Last, data visualization. One of the trends that we've seen is the idea of a year in review email or turning a statement email into something that's more about surprising and delighting than showing them, this is what you did in case you don't remember, you idiot. So here's a couple of examples that we have. We work with a number of travel brands, retail brands, media brands. Some of them use this for their loyalty programs. Some of them just use this as a touch point to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary, like the campaign that I'm going to show. You can bring your customer journey to life here. So you're not just showing someone, as I said, this is the information. You're showing that you have a relationship with them. You can drive points redemption, service usage, purchase, really whatever your goals are. We've seen our clients using these customized data visualizations to do that. And you can integrate content that you own, it's from your third party, from your CRM, et cetera. So this was an example from Hilton. This actually won MediaPost's OMA Gold Awards for the best email marketing campaign last year, as well as the DMA and a number of other rewards. They wanted to send out an email that showed that they really were celebrating their Hilton Honors members. So they pulled in a number of different data points, how many countries you've visited, how many stays you have, the nights that you've stayed, and created this great statement. So along with driving high revenue per click, they also had a lot of social shares. People really appreciated the fact that they got this email that showed that they made them feel special, it made them feel premium, it showed that this relationship was important to Hilton too. And this went out to millions and millions and millions of people, all with their own custom experience. I know Dunkin' Donuts is not a thing in Europe, but I often like to cite that too. They have a fantastic loyalty program. Their perks statements are always shared on social media. It's kind of a bragging right. Like I had 500 iced coffees in 2 months last year, I think. And I love to share that, not just because it's Movable Inc.'s content. So just to sum this up, I said I would be quick. Intelligent content does 3 different things. Helps you drive higher performance, more productivity, and better experiences. One of the things that I think is a real testament to our client team is performance looks different across every client. For many of us, it's revenue. For some people, it could be more engagement with the brand or wanting to acquire more data, do more personalization. We have a client team that's over 50 people that works with each of the brands, tries to understand what are their goals as marketers, are there corporate level goals that we should be thinking about, and then how can we help achieve that through email. With creative variations, automation, and data visualization, you can get your campaigns and your programs into market faster. You're more productive, so you can send more email if you'd like, or you can just segment more, learn more about your customers, and spend time on the strategic efforts. And then ultimately, what we're all here to talk about is delivering better customer experiences. So Movable Inc. is ESP agnostic. We like to think of ourselves as a strategic partner. We have strong relationships with many of through the Cheetah people right up here, many of the ESPs and agencies within the room, and probably the ones that you're working with. We continue to add new partners to our ecosystem, and we'd love to talk about what intelligent content might mean for you. Luckily, we have 2 more days, so I will wrap up with that. Are there any questions? I sped talk through that.
Well done. No, great job.